What do you do if you need to know stuff? What do you do when you need to learn? And is it possible that we need to keep learning every single day? Seems like a really silly question. But how many times do you hear people say, I know that already, I've heard that before, I don't need to go and do any more study in that area, I know everything. I get a bit embarrassed for them when they say that, because how could you possibly know everything about any particular topic, let alone all topics? And even if you think you know a lot, is it possible that you could keep learning? And one of the interesting things being an old lady, and Kayman and I talk about this all the time, both of us much closer to 60 than any other number, we have lived a lot, learnt a lot, made a lot of mistakes, had some massive success. And we invest a lot of time with younger people. A lot of the students at the Max International Colleges, Kayman's got a martial arts school, I'm constantly doing professional talking, speaking, chatting around the world. And it's really interesting how many young people say to me what I should do. This is what you should do, Rowie. And they tell me all the things that they believe in and what their opinion is, and how important what they think is, and how important they think I think they should think that's important, if that makes sense. And I feel a bit sad about that, because having lived such a long time, I realise how much I need to learn and how little I know, even though I've had a lot of experience, done lots of things, travelled to many countries, met hundreds and thousands of people, had massive success, had massive failures, all sorts of things have happened. And one of the interesting things that I always take note of, particularly with K-Man and I, K-Man is a 40 times world champion martial artist. He's got 40 gold medals in the library at this time in history. When I say the library, that's his office. He has a master's degree in exercise science. He's a published research scientist. He knows anatomy and physiology better than anybody that I know, and I've met a lot of people who think they know a lot about anatomy and physiology. He has a beautiful teaching style. He's a gorgeous man. He's funny. He's intelligent. I could give you a big long list of things about my wonderful husband. Ha. Isn't it nice to be able to say that about the person that you live with? But what I find really fascinating is how few people take advantage of his knowledge. A lot of people talk to him too, but they never ask questions. They just tell him what they've done. One of the things that perplexes me is I'm healthy, fit and strong. I'm an old lady. I've been the same weight, the same size, the same energy level. I don't really know what weight I am, but I'm certainly wearing the same clothes that I wore when I was 18 years of age. And so many people preach at me about how to eat and how to exercise, yet nobody ever asks, Rowie, what is it that you do? Now, I would never tell anybody what I do, because what I do doesn't matter. But we live in a world where social media is dominating the world, and every time I open up something on social media, it's always somebody telling the world about them and what they believe and what their opinion is. And of course, everybody has the right to do that. But I wonder, when you're a young person, is it possible that you could learn some more stuff? And rather than repeating other people's opinions or telling people what you think, or even having an opinion, and everybody's got the right to have one, but why do we think that our opinion is more important than somebody else's? And if I'm sprouting forth my opinion, gas is coming out of my mouth, but I'm not learning anything, because it's just stuff that I already know. It's coming out of my mouth. I know it already. What if every person we meet, every person we come in contact with, whether you think they're smart or not, whether you think they can add value to your life or not, why don't we learn more about other people and their experience and their knowledge, so that we can add it to our database of information and knowledge, rather than we've got this limited knowledge, and our knowledge is only is limited unless we keep learning, and even then it's still only limited because we only know how to live a certain period of time. But if this is my knowledge and I'm talking all the time, that's all I've got, just this knowledge. But if I'm asking questions, asking for other people's opinions, asking about religions and exercise programs and political persuasions and what people believe in their opinions, then I'm more likely to learn more. So rather than argue your point, and I get it, because a lot of people argue their point, and I used to do the same, but what I found out is that if I'm constantly arguing my point, I'm not hearing the other person's point, so how can I possibly learn anything? So if you want to learn, grow, have a better life, live life to the max, have a knowledge bank that keeps growing, be able to have intelligent conversations with all different kinds of people because you've got a large amount of knowledge, I feel really silly saying that. I could say I've got a large amount of knowledge. I've done so much education. I'm learning and training and educating every single day, and I still know so little. I just want to remain humble and open to learning so that I can keep learning. How about you? So if you have the opportunity to meet people that have done stuff, been places, achieved things, had massive success and massive failures, good to learn from the people that have failed, then why not ask questions rather than just talk? You can always talk to yourself. When you talk, it's what you already know. You can't learn anymore, so why not open up and listen to other people? Could that be a good idea? Live your life to the max. What a beautiful evening. Oh, what a beautiful evening. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got this magical feeling that I'm going to keep learning every single bloody day. Woohoo!